The most important thing that a self-mastery practitioner could be is educated. You should always, especially when it comes to the world of the metaphysical, if you're trying to bring something abstract into the tangible and explaining something to a person who is not in the know and who has no idea what you're speaking of, the best thing you could be is absolutely educated on the topics. That's pretty much what self-mastery teaches you to do in many ways. We're not just teaching a bunch of metaphysical nonsense. We're teaching you stuff with techniques that actually work, and given the fact that these techniques work, these are reliant on knowledge of the anatomy of the human body and certain forms of mathematics. You know, sometimes geometry is even brought into the equation when you're learning how to work with the metaphysical and learning how to work with the mathematics that exist in this universe. Remember, these are operational mathematics. This is mathematics literally put into action. If you were to take a cell phone now back into, let's just say, the 1700s or 1600s, those people would think that you were wielding magic. Well, many people this very day think that the projection of the bioelectrical field is still magic. It is not. This is a piece of technology. This is your interface into this system. This is nothing different than typing on a keyboard. And once you learn how to project X amount of energy into your system, then you get X amount of results from your environment. And believe it or not, the world of the quote-unquote spiritual operates in the exact same manner. All you're doing is you're learning your interface all the way down to its primary functions. See, the thing is, those are the things that you should have known how to do from the jump, early on. What self-mastery teaches is a direct connection with the universe, of which is very electrical and very digital. Once you're able to do this, you kind of make your own rules in many aspects. But the thing is you still want to always maintain harmony with everything around you. And if you're not educated enough to be able to explain this stuff to people when they're asking you, then what ends up happening is this stuff will end up sounding like any other New Age nonsense field that has existed. And we don't really fall into the same parameters or guidelines that those other systems do, because we're not a religion. We're not teaching you to worship a god. We're not teaching you to bow to anything. We are merely teaching you. We're your tech support. We're teaching you how to work your tech. Teaching you how to work your camera, your whole system. So this is not a replacement for a religion. And what you can do with this sort of stuff is apply it to anything out there and make yourself better. Apply it to anything. Once you master yourself, then anything that you do is also mastered with you. So, Evolve Ministry seeks to crank out educated, smart, thoughtful, people who plan ahead. These types of students who are willing to become teachers later on and help other people learn to understand the nature of the world they live, so that way they can maximize their fullest potential while inside of it. Now, another thing, when you are explaining this stuff and you're not educated about it, to the normal, average, everyday person, a person who was within the world of metaphysics, especially a person who is not educated about the systems that they're speaking of, what ends up happening is it comes off sounding completely insane to other people who are not familiar with it. In order to mitigate that process, when you're able to explain how the human body works, how the glandular system works, the circulatory system works, and how it all relates to being able to connect into your energy field better, then that makes a lot more sense, especially to the average person who may not be educated on all of those things. The most important thing that a self-mastery practitioner could be is educated.